Have you ever met someone who changed your entire perspective on life without saying a single word? Today, I want to share the story of a man who, despite losing both of his hands, showed the world what true strength, courage, and determination look like. His story is not just inspiring, it's a lesson about gratitude, perseverance, and the real meaning of happiness. Every morning, this man wakes up just like the rest of us. But while most people reach for their phones, he reaches for hope. He doesn't have hands to scroll through social media or complain about life. Instead, he focuses on what he can do. He cooks his own meals, he cleans his home, he goes to work, and he does it all without expecting sympathy or help. As he walks down the street, people stop and stare. Some feel sorry for him, others feel amazed. But he just smiles, not because life is easy, but because he has learned something most people never do. True happiness comes from within. He doesn't measure success by luxury or fame. For him, success means being able to live each day with dignity, independence, and peace of mind. When asked how he manages everything without hands, he simply says, "Because I have a heart that works harder than any hands ever could." Think about that for a second. Most of us complain about little things: the weather, our jobs, traffic, money. But here's a man who wakes up every day to face real challenges, yet chooses positivity over pity. That's not weakness. That's power. In a world obsessed with perfection and comfort, his story is a reminder that imperfection can be beautiful. We live in an age where people chase likes, validation, and comparison. But this man teaches us that true fulfillment doesn't come from what others think of you, it comes from what you think of yourself. He once said, "People see what I don't have, I see what I still do." Isn't that incredible? Instead of focusing on his limitations, he focuses on his strengths. He's found a way to turn pain into purpose. Every task he does, whether it's tying a rope, fixing something at home, or helping others, becomes a statement to the world. Nothing is impossible when your will is unbreakable. Now imagine for a moment, what if we all lived with that mindset? What if we stopped complaining and started appreciating? What if instead of saying, "I can't," we said, "I'll try"? The world would be a very different place. His story isn't just about disability, it's about ability. The ability to dream, to act, to keep moving forward no matter what life throws at you. There's something truly magical about people like him. They don't need applause or fame. Their strength speaks louder than any words. When you watch him work, when you see how he builds, creates, and lives, you realize that he's not just surviving, he's thriving. He reminds us that life is not about having everything. It's about making the best out of what you have. Let me share a small moment from his day. One afternoon, a young boy came up to him and asked, "How do you do all this without hands?" The man smiled and said, "Because I never told myself I couldn't." That single line could change someone's entire life. We often limit ourselves not because of our circumstances, but because of our mindset. This man's life is proof that excuses are the biggest obstacle to success. You don't need perfect conditions to start. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need the courage to begin. Whether you're chasing a dream, building a business, or simply trying to improve your life, remember, your attitude defines your altitude. As the sun sets, this man sits outside his small workshop, tired but content. You can see the satisfaction in his eyes, not because the day was easy, but because he gave it his all. There's a quiet kind of pride in that. A pride that doesn't need recognition. A pride that comes from knowing you didn't quit when things got tough. Every challenge he faces becomes a stepping stone. Every failure becomes fuel. Every day becomes an opportunity to inspire someone else. And without even realizing it, he's changing lives, simply by living his truth. That's what real leadership looks like. Not commanding others, but inspiring through example. So the next time you feel like giving up, the next time life feels unfair, think of him. Think of the man who does everything without hands and still smiles. If he can do it, so can you. You have everything you need, your mind, your heart, your determination. Don't waste it. Don't underestimate it. Remember this. The strongest people are not those who show strength in comfort, but those who keep moving forward in pain. He is living proof that no matter what happens, you are stronger than your struggles. And maybe, just maybe, his story will remind us all to stop complaining and start living. Because at the end of the day, success is not about what you've lost. It's about what you found in the process: resilience, gratitude, and peace. So, if this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a little motivation today. Because sometimes one real story can change 1,000 lives.